Good late evening, XRP future millionaire. I know it's shocking. XRP has a soul. I'm coming here with breaking news. XRP indeed does have a soul. For all of us that have been sitting here waiting and waiting, it's starting to make me look bad because I keep saying it's going to go to 113. But at the same time, I feel like it's going to go to 93 cents if it can't hold this level. I'm glad it finally decided to push up and at least test this 113. It hasn't got there yet, but if you guys were watching earlier, the past few weeks, the past few days, or even the past few hours, I've been talking about how we can use these lines that I've drawn out for this projected target to make it kind of like a map. I said when we only went down to 106.5 to start using this uptrending and see how we start reacting. And I said I expect it to come up here earlier, and this was when it was at like 106, 108, wherever you guys have watched me. I expected it to come up and at least test 113. We don't know if it's going to use it as resistance or if it's going to use it as support, but I suspect it's going to come up at least to here, finish off that, and then decide to bounce off here. Earlier I told you the immediate play was up to 110 or 111 to clear that, and now we're up to 112.12. So now what you need to do is take a step back, look at the charts, and evaluate your next step. So far, we've gotten out of the immediate danger zone. But now what we need to do is clear this first major hurdle of $1.13. If we do not clear $1.13, we will trade back down to $1.08. I don't know where that went. We're going to put this back up here because the most relevant point is not $1.65. It is at $1.08 support. There's also $1.65, which is now, we'll put $1.05 because we had a fall down below the $1.08 support. So now, if we trade and we get rejected by $1.13, we will trade between these two lines. What we need is a boost up into here and keep riding this uptrend up into $1.16, which would propel us, how I am showing now, to break $1.13 and ride it as support. Anything less than riding $1.13 as support would be a rejection at the $1.13 level, and it would have it crashing back down to support at $1.08 and possibly a retest at $1.05. I don't think that's going to play out. As I've been saying, I think we have to complete at least up to in here. But first, let's get through $1.13. But I also think we can get up into $1.23. I don't know if we can finish that $1.41 cup and handle because I think the 141 cup and handle lines up with the 93-cent drop for the inverted head and shoulders. But there's no way to be 100% sure in technical analysis. To say otherwise would be lying to my audience, and I am not going to do that. And there's also no way to predict the exact time of a drop. We can only look at the technicals and understand where you have a drop coming. So if you look at this from a logical standpoint, we must see how we close into this triangle. I told you, use what I draw out here. And don't listen to what I'm saying. Use the technicals because I am not a financial advisor. I wouldn't take my advice on YouTube. You shouldn't either. I would put it into consideration with my own technical analysis. If you don't understand the market, never trade based on what somebody on YouTube is saying. It can only get you hammered in the long run. So, this is what we're looking at. And that's why it was so important to follow this trend. Because if it continues, we can get up into here. The moment we broke this, we knew we were coming down to $1.05. And then ultimately, not there is second. We were ultimately coming down to 105. And then we'd be down right here back at that 101.7 double bottom. The technical double bottom is actually at around the 101.7. But we have a technical bottom, if you break this out farther, at 93 cents. When we drop down into this area, right in here, we had that, and then we also, well, we rode up it, and this is where I'm thinking we could come down in here. But that, I've been saying all along, we don't know if it's going to come from right where we were at, or if we were going to get a retest up in this area, and then it was going to fall off, come down here, and then come back up. That, ladies and gentlemen, I do not know. Could it get to 141 without it? It absolutely could, and we just need to keep riding this uptrending line and then get up in here and use 123 as support. The grand scale scenario, and as dim as it is as great as it is. We shared in the XRP news, so watch the last video if you want to see the upper price projections. I'm not here to speculate. I'm here to do it in the short term and what we can see happening right here, right now. That's why I don't want to do target projections. The only thing it can do for you is give you a negative reaction. So anyhow, $1.13 is your immediate. Can we break $1.13 and use it as support? Or are we going to simply use it as resistance and keep bouncing through here until we can figure out a way to get past it? Or figure out a way to get, break down? If we can break $1.13, your next immediate move is to break that area right there at $1.16. If we can break $1.16, we can travel on up here to $1.18. If we use this downtrending resistance as downtrending support, we can now move up to $1.23. If we can use $1.23 as support, we can make our first real move to $1.30. And then if we don't break down, we can come up to $1.41. If we continue up that uptrend, we could possibly hit $1.70. That would be the upper projection, but that has been out there for a while. But this is what I see being able to play out. What I really see, though, is before we can make the big move to $1.43, we can come up, and even if we did something like this, I think we're going to have a sidewinder winding action, and we could do something like this. But I believe it would come up here first, and then you would have this rebound. So I think $1.23 is on the table, as I've been saying. I think $1.43 is possible. We just have to fight this tight uptrending support. If we can stay on this uptrending support and break out of this, this is a symmetrical triangle in a weird sense that has come together with all of the technicals put together. These are all the possibilities laid out in front of you. If you use this correctly, you will know exactly what's going to happen based on the trend that it takes. I try to do this every single day, and now we will be on the same page. So I hope this helps with XRP. The next immediate level is $1.13. It's acting as heavy resistance at this moment. We need to break it and make it support. Then $1.16 would break this small cup and handle. $1.18 is a heavy zone, and that's the apex in this area. Break $1.18, and we can get up to that overwhelming $1.23. Once we get to $1.23, we either break down from there, use it as support, and break up to $1.30. And then we can continue from there. XLM. This is the uptrend we have had drawn. And we talked about earlier how we expected it to meet in this apex area. It has absolutely met in the apex, and I would say right now, this is very dangerous. This is on a hanging W, it looks like, in the 3-hour, 4-hour. Daily, probably, it's getting close to having, yep. This is dangerous. So if you are a fan of XLM and you are in it, I would not go anywhere just yet. I would sit tight, as I've been saying, because I believe a move, and we will go to the short-term move. I'm not going to give a long-term projection because I think that's very unfair. Hey, where'd my XLM chart go? Wow, none of my stuff is on here. That's awesome. Well, that's okay. Now we can see it. So, when we're looking at XLM, let's break it down into the 4-hour now. So you can see we're on a very, very steep uptrend. We've got, so what we're going to show you right now is you're going to see it on the fly. We have to break this 42.428 is the overwhelming area up top, or 43 cents up in there. But first, before we can ever have that happen, we must break 42 cents roughly. So that's our immediate area we're trying to get over. We have a support, underneath support in the short term that is coming across as such. Use this for what it's worth, but this shows us a move that can possibly be made here in the short term, according to the 4-hour, to up to an area of 42 cents. We're going to have upward resistance when we get up to, let's see, 30. So when we get to 39.8, we could get a rejection point as well. So watch this, because if we get rejected at 40 cents, 39.8, it would break it down into a smaller triangle. I believe we could get up to 42 cents, and then ultimately, like we were talking about coming across, if we can finish this, that puts XLM around 43 cents. So that's what we're looking at in the immediate short term with XLM. And you can even take it a little farther to make it a little more confluent for yourselves. You can say that this is the uptrend we're on, so we might actually be on a much tighter formation than it looks. So that's XLM in the short term. Make sure if you want some extra content, you look in the video description below. I have 2 separate pages, but most importantly, in the video description below, there'll be a link to my XRP Future Millionaire page to join. Or go to my homepage, my XRP Future Millionaire homepage, join Tom's Army. You'll get 2 extra videos in the 24-hour period that has to do with the up to the minute, up to the date. It doesn't even, most of them have to do with nothing with XRP or XLM. It's mostly subscriber requested. As a member of Tom's Army, you get priority treatment. And that's one extra way I'm doing it. The video earlier, we covered, I don't even know, I don't remember what we covered. Did a lot today. We covered T-Fuel and Theta. Last night, we did an XRP XLM breaking news alert. And those are the 2 videos that we did for the members area. Only 30 of you have watched the Theta and T-Fuel, so make sure you're checking out the members area. We have 156 members of or 155 members of Tom's Army. You are able to check out the exclusive content. I want to thank everybody who was part of those 3,200 views on the video from yesterday. Only 97 likes, but that's okay. I couldn't believe that we got 3,200 views on that video. I want to thank everybody for that overwhelming support. This is what I'm thinking in today's patterns with XRP and XLM. I hope this helps. Make sure to hit that like button, subscribe to the channel, and like I said, if you would like the exclusive content, join Tom's Army. I do 3 updates a day. I put 2 updates every 24 hours on the members area for exclusive content. Also, when you join Tom's Army, you get the most exclusive and elusive subscription-based service. Oh yes, ladies and gentlemen. You get the TFAM badge, which is me being abducted by aliens, and a UFO. Oh yes, the whole deal. Month 2, you get Dusty's Outhouse Crypto News, which is spectacular. And in month 6, as we have a slew of subscribers that are 5 months deep, we'll find out in month 6, the new one being revealed next month. I can't wait. So for the 155 members of Tom's Army, the 2 new members today, which we have to get to before we leave. Oh no, I didn't forget. I didn't forget. You know what, it wouldn't be fair to put it in right now. I will put this in to start the next video. I want to thank everybody who's a part of Tom's Army. A special shout out to the new members of Tom's Army. I really, really, really appreciate it. Yeah, I don't know. It's taken forever. So I don't want to keep you guys any longer. Thank you guys for tuning in. Make sure to hit that like button. And to the 2 new members of Tom's Army today, thank you so much. Tomorrow I'll put you in an update. This has just been way too long. Remember what I said about XRP? $1.13 is the next immediate area, followed by 116 and then $1.18. Those are all areas we have to complete before we can get to $1.23. All eyes should be on $1.13 to see if it's used as resistance instead of support. XLM, we have this immediately playing out. We have to break the area we're in right now, which looks like we will, and then we have to get to 40 cents. If we can break 40 cents within this trend, we can make our push to 42 cents and ultimately 44 cents if this area is broken. If we continue up the uptrend, we have an upper target around 50 cents. I don't know if we can get there, but I will keep you updated every step of the way. Again, I'm TSpeaka222 XRP Future Millionaire. I want to thank each and every one of you for supporting me. For everybody who's been watching and continuing to watch the content, and everybody who's here until the end, hashtag Tom's Army against the world, hashtag be better, do better.